Hello, community. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to today's community YouTube live stream. I hope you are all having a great day so far. I hope you had a great week so far. Always excited, always looking forward to these sessions. Always very excited about these sessions. Once more, it's another opportunity for us to not just learn about the markets and what's going on in the industry, but it also gives us a great opportunity to learn about our ecosystem, to be involved, and to understand what added value we bring into the space. And also, it gives us the opportunity to have a dialogue if you have any open questions, and it gives you also the opportunity for us to demonstrate on a display on the screen and show you certain items, certain things. The reason why I really appreciate the YouTube setting is because I can share the screen with you and demonstrate some things. And today we're going to do that. We're going to discuss some facts. We're going to look at some numbers, and we're going to discuss some things that have been, some questions that have been raised within the community. And we're going to address those. I'm going to go through them with you today. Once more, welcome everyone that is in today's stream, that made it to today's stream today. Always looking forward to these sessions with you, community. And those that will be listening later on also, I hope will create a wonderful session for you. As always, the goal is always to inform, educate, and inspire you as we're going through our crypto journeys and together. And I always say that an educated community is a strong community. So let's stay educated, let's stay informed, and that way we can make educated decisions on our own. With that said, I always like to start with checking on you, community, to see who is here, to greet you, appreciate you, and then of course I'll discuss today's scheduled session, and then after that I'll go full circle, come back to you, and then see how whether if you have any open questions that you want us to discuss, any feedbacks that you want to give, and then we'll close it out from there. With that said, let's jump right into the comments and see who is here, and let's start this session right away. Let's get to the comments. Great brother Theo, let's go. Bull run to the world. Nice to have you as always here with us within the community. Uncle brother Theo, always a pleasure having you here with us. Nice seeing you. Good brother Glenn, let's hear the good news. Absolutely. We'll get to that also as the market has been really picking up. It looks great. Welcome, Shema. Challenges are what makes life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Let's focus here and overcome the difficulties together. Let's go. Very true. Challenges do make life meaningful, and overcoming them is very rewarding. Absolutely. Great saying there. Very motivational. I hope we can take all that to heart. My good brother Demo, good day to you, my brother Steve. I'm ready for another great session. Welcome, my great brother Demo. Always a pleasure having you here, seeing you here. And I'm also looking forward to another great session with you, community. Brother Glenn, let's get these charts moving. Absolutely. The market has been picking up. We'll look at it before we get to today's topic and see what makes it move. Why is it moving? Where are we right now? What's happening around us? What's going on in the market? Hello, Steve, and amazing community. Hello to you back as well. Crypto Riser, good day, Steve and community. Good day to you too, Crypto Riser. Nice to have you in the community as well. Nancy, good evening, Bull Runners. I hope everyone is safe and in good health. I'm here for the inspiration and empowerment. What a pleasure having you here, Nancy. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your support. Always a pleasure seeing you in these sessions. My good brother Paul, hello Steve, ready to learn, thank you. Always a pleasure having you here, my good brother Paul. Um, Always a pleasure going through these sessions. Miss Sharon, greetings, Bullrun family. Let's go. Nice having you here as well. Now, the plan, any word, brother Steve, on the X tag on Dead Tools and Survivor. We've been doing follow-ups on them, and they keep giving us the same answer that we are on queue. Priorities are for those that are coming in new, but they're working on it. It should be ready anytime soon. We've done the request for an update, and it's underway. It's definitely underway. Hello, Bullrun family. Glad to join in live. Ready to be informed, educated, and inspired. Let's go, family. Nice having you here as well. Cooking with Sally. Good evening. Good day, Mr. Steve and the whole family. Always a pleasure to be here. A pleasure having you here as well, Queen Sally. Cryptorizer, bullish is an understatement. How I feel for this ecosystem and community. Always a pleasure. Your enthusiasm is very much welcomed and appreciated, Cryptorizer. Thank you very much, community. You're all very much appreciated. Thank you for showing up in such great number. It's always a pleasure to have these community events. Like I said, it gives us the opportunity to really understand the markets and to also know what's going on in the industry, what to expect, what's the current event, what's news right now of the day, and of course also what does our ecosystem do and how does it function. Today, I really want us to address some questions that were raised within the community. Many wanted to know how the staking works, how our platform works, how does the mechanism of staking really work, how are the distributions generated, and also address briefly the ledger. I created a dummy account, so I'll just show how you can connect your ledger to MetaMask and how you can open new wallets with it. So and also address other questions such as low market caps. Why are low market caps so important, especially now that we are about to experience one of the largest, if not the largest, bull run yet in the space. So this is very important for us to understand. We need to position ourselves in a way that will be successful. We'll take full advantage of this opportunity that we have to be so early in this space before all the mainstream and all the liquidity is about to enter the space. Again, let's see here. Mom, greetings, community. Hello, Steve. Looking forward to another great live stream. Always a pleasure having you here as well. It's a real honor having you on the live stream. Mr. Moses, it has been a long time, Steve. I'm ready. I'm very ready. Absolutely. Nice having you here as well in the community. Queen Patricia, good evening, family. Always excited to be here to learn more. A pleasure having you here also. We are very excited having you all here. With that said, let me change my screen and then let's kick off with the market. And let's go from there. So as always, let's start with the market. Right now, what is moving the market? It's really impressive how we are already at 1.59, close to 1.6 trillion in market cap. This is way above half. This is way above halfway there. All-time high last bull run was at close to 3 trillion. So we are way above the halfway through it. So it only takes a double up as far as the market cap, total market cap is concerned, and we surpass the all-time high market cap, industry market cap of last bull run. So this just shows you how much potential this still has, because we are still at the early stages of the bull run. We're in the middle of it, but in the early stages now of the bull run. So this just shows how massive this bull run is going to be. One thing I always have to caution is right here. This industry is really driven by emotions, by news, speculations, anticipations, and rumors, of course. And what moved the market so much, among others, as you see, it's we're in extreme greed right now at 81. What moved the markets 2 days ago was the rumor that Qatar is about to spend $500 billion, 500 billion into Bitcoin, and that they have a lot of reserves from their oil investments, and now they wanted to invest 500 billion worth of in Bitcoin. So that caused the market to really, especially Bitcoin, to really rally, and it caused the market to really go up. And of course, still in anticipation of these approvals of the Bitcoin spot ETFs, people still anticipate that it's going to be this month, closer towards end of the year. And these are all anticipations and rumors that really caused the market to rally based on speculations, rumors, and anticipations. But nothing really concrete. There's really no news, no facts yet. The market has been solely driven by the rumors. This is why you've seen pullbacks, especially after Bitcoin hitting 45,000. It pulled back to now 43,000. Ethereum is still going strong, but the market is always controlled by rumors and fears. So far, there's really no concrete news that will seal the deal. This is why a lot of people think, or a lot of analysts are saying that the market is overbought, overheated right now, and that once the real news comes in, there'll be a real good pullback coming back. So with that said, let's look at, I'd like us to look at what's hitting the market right now. One of the news right now that is circulating through social medias is the CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon. He's talking about how the Feds. He was talking in front of Congress, and he was expressing his frustration about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and talking about how they're supposed to close down cryptocurrency and Bitcoin altogether. And if it was him, he would actually shut it down and not let it be active anymore. So this comes as a big surprise, because JP Morgan, as you know, they have their own private blockchain on the Ethereum network. Actually, they even have their own token, JP Morgan token. So this comes as a surprise, and it's very hypocritical. And the reason why he was justifying his statement was because he claims that the use cases for Bitcoin or for cryptocurrencies are for criminals, drug trafficking, money laundering, tax evasion, and so on and so forth. But the reality of the thing is that JP Morgan alone in the last 8 years has been fined over $39 billion. So they're front runners as far as being fined and being involved with criminal activities. So this is very hypocritical for a CEO to be involved with statements like this. So what motivated him? Why was he saying things like that? Why would he be so anti crypto and anti Bitcoin, and make claims that his bank, JP Morgan, alone has been fined way more than the entire crypto industry so far, with 39 billion in fines. So if we look here, we can see that since he became CEO in 2005, 38 billion of these fines were under him, like we said. So it's very strange that he's claiming those things. And another thing that we should look at also is he was involved in very bad incidents. The bank was JP Morgan. They agreed to settle for 75 million based on a case that was involving very bad, like, trafficking. And another thing was in October 2013 alone, they had to pay a fine of 13 billion. So because the toxic mortgages that happened during to the subprime mortgages that they were issuing, which caused the financial collapse in 2008. So, and how they were also manipulating various commodities, metal futures between 2008 and 2016, they had to pay another $1 billion. So they are always involved in some sort of criminal activities. And these are the things that he's claiming the cryptocurrency is really big on, when his bank alone is heavily involved in all this. And another thing that we should also consider is that this is an individual who already is involved. They have their own blockchain. They have their own token within they have their own currency, JP Morgan currency. Why would an individual like this be all of a sudden be so negative on crypto? Let's look at this. The last bull run in 2021, Bitcoin alone hit $1 trillion in market cap. And of course, the meme coins, especially the dog coins such as Shiba and Dogecoin, hit all-time highs because of Elon Musk's tweets. Besides these, there were really major moments that really helped catapult and helped being catalysts for the bull run to really explode and take off. Many people, this last bull run changed many people's lives. It came right after COVID, so many people were already working from home, and we were all already we were just exiting the pandemic that we just came out of, and due to that, many were still working from home. So once the bull run hit through the crypto industry, a lot of people made life-changing gains and never went back to work. They never showed up again, and they continued being independent and never walked away. And it really caused a lot of harm in the industry as well. And a lot of people just walked away from their daily job. Now, if we look at some things, what were the catalysts there? So besides Bitcoin hitting $1 trillion, and of course, NFTs exploded, and this was big. Was also a catalyst and a cause. We talked about the tweets of Elon Musk, of course, and El Salvador at that time had adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. Ethereum merged to proof of work. You were able to stake Ethereum now. That was a big catalyst as well. That's not a catalyst, really. This is not one either. So, the first US futures ETF, Bitcoin ETF, futures ETF was launched. So that was a catalyst also. Then an upgrade on Bitcoin. Lawmakers started focusing on crypto. Ethereum competitors, which are L2s, layer 2 blockchains, were gaining shares as well. And the DAOs really became popular. So these were the main catalysts or reasons of the last bull run that really caused this bull run to be something really special. Now, looking at this, these catalysts that we are about to face now are way, way bigger than this. This, we always talk about how this upcoming bull run is getting ready to eclipse the last bull run. We just looked at some catalysts that really led to such an amazing bull run like last bull run in 2021. But if we're looking at the catalysts and the things that are awaiting us right now, it makes the last bull run really, it eclipses it. It dwarfs it completely. Because as far as asset managers alone, just the 10 top asset managers alone are coming in with 43 trillion, over 43 trillion with asset under management. Just the top 10 alone. We looked at this list before. These are the mutual funds, the exchange, the ETFs, and of course, wealth managers. So as we know, of course, led by BlackRock, Vanguard, asset manager, UBS, Fidelity, and so on and so forth. And even JP Morgan is the 7th. They're on this list as well. So they are amongst the largest asset managers. And they alone are bringing in over $43 trillion asset under management, just the top 10. We discussed how, and we looked how the entire industry, such as the payment, money transfer, such as SWIFT, is coming on board. We looked at payment processors such as Visa and the competitors. MasterCard is about to come on blockchain as well. And these are things that we didn't experience in the last bull run. So these catalysts are way bigger. These are now institutions entering the space. Entire infrastructures, entire industries are entering the space now. So this bull run is more massive, is way bigger, and it will be more liquid than the last one, just due to industries and the entire financial industry coming on board. What I want to share with you also is this. BlackRock alone, they have incentive. They have incentives, big incentives to tokenize the assets that they have. Because Larry Fink, the CEO, he's always talking about how the crypto industry, he always talks about Bitcoin and the crypto industry is going to revolutionize finance. Why is he saying this? This is the reason why. Not only are the top 10 asset managers coming with 43 trillion on the market, but also they alone, their top 10 holdings are Google, Facebook, which is Meta, Tesla, NVIDIA, which makes great chips, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. Apple is even the largest holding, and then Berkshire, which is Warren Buffett's company. So they alone own so much stocks. And now what they want to do, or they aim now, is of course to ensure that they tokenize all this, the entire stock market, because they hold large shares of the stock market. Now they want to tokenize it all. And once they tokenize everything, they want to bring it on chain, of course. So these are just the top holdings they have. So, and they're holding they have large percentage of holdings in these major institutions. And all of these are about to come on chain. So this is just to show you that this upcoming bull run is so much more massive than the one we experienced, only because the large institutions, asset managers alone, are coming up with over 43 trillion. And now, let alone other institutions, like in the tech, this is strictly tech companies like Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Apple. These are large institutions, Amazon. They're all coming on chain. So this is just to paint a picture of what's to come. What are we about to expect? What's coming on chain? And with this in mind, we need to really be prepared and ask ourselves, we want to be part of this time. We want to play our cards right. We want to do things right because you have one opportunity to do it right, and we're in the middle of it. So, like we said, we'd like to answer some questions by the community and just bring some clarity here. Um, During the last bull run, as you see, it's always led by Bitcoin, and we always look at these charts. You always see these cycles. You see how the boom cycles started and how much liquidity entered the space and how many projects really uh, didn't take advantage of it, but still they benefited from this large influx of retailers getting involved with cryptocurrency. And you saw how everyone really, many of the people, individuals, benefited from this run up. And as we saw, we are already at 43,000 Bitcoin. Its peak, it was at 69,000 at its peak. So we are more than halfway there. It doesn't even take a double up to be there, to surpass last bull run's all-time high as far as Bitcoin. We can go to all other cryptocurrencies as well. We'll see the same chart. Many projects didn't take advantage of it, but still benefited from this run-up. And this is what's coming next. But this bull run is going to be even more massive. We're already more than halfway there, and we are just at the beginning, at the infancy stage of this bull run. So this just shows how massive this bull run is getting ready to be. So with that said, I would really like us to understand that in order to take full advantage of this, you really need to be involved with low market caps to really take advantage of this, because low market caps give you a lot of room to grow and give you more room to expand and to do your 100, your 1,000, your 10,000 X's, because it doesn't take much liquidity. This is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. We're just pointing out the experiences we had from the last bull run. It was based on the market caps that were lower, had more room to run and more room for your return on investment than those that already were in the trillions or in the hundreds of millions. Because, for example, if you get into a project that is already at 50 million or 100 million, it will take you, if you jumped in at 50 million, it will have to hit 100 million for you to just double up, to do a 2x. Or if you're at 100 million and it hits 200, it will have to hit 200 for you to just double up. But if you in a lower market cap, like 100,000 or below 1 million even, it gives you so much more room to grow, and it doesn't take much liquidity for the price or for the project to really do well, to excel. So these are the questions that were in the community as well. Like, how do we identify, or how do we look at how can we look at these low market caps, and are there any examples that we can make? So I would like to make an example. Let's use Survivor, for example. Survivor right now has a market cap of 193,000. So just for the sake of math, let's say it's 200,000. And what I like to demonstrate here is that we painted a picture of what type of a bull run we are about to experience. Last bull run changed many lives, and it was a massive bull run. However, this one will be one that has not been seen before due to the futures that we already mentioned. This time, institutions are heavily involved, infrastructures are coming on board, institutions are involved, regulations are being put together. And I believe that this next year, clearer guidelines and regulations will be put in place, especially for exchanges, for DeFi platforms, for stable coins, and so on and so forth. And there will be much more guidelines. And these are the reasons why institutions are coming in the first place. So this one will be way more massive. So, for example, I would like to answer one of the questions, like, how can we anticipate, how can we see or demonstrate to us how it will look like if we are in these projects, in these community tokens such as Survivor, for example. How will it be if it hit a certain milestone, a certain amount? Okay, I would like to do a math. For example, let's say if we would hit 10 million or 100 million, how would this look like? So if we do the math, we're at 200 million, let's say for the sake of math, 200 million right now. And if we wanted to calculate and see what would an investment be, how much would it be if we hit a certain milestone? So let's say 10 million, right? So if we had 10 million, and this is nothing during a bull run, hitting 100 million or a billion, because many projects went into billions, depending on how active the communities were and how involved they were. So, but let me start very conservative, and then we can move our way up. So if it's only at a million, so that's a 50x from now. So let's say you had put in $100 or $500, whichever. Your $500 would have turned into 25,000. That's just by, if you would invest right now at this current market cap, and we only hit 10 million, just 10 million in market cap, which is really not much at all, because we have projects here hitting 200 million, going to billions, even in a bear market. During a bull market, especially the one that we're about to experience, it's going to be even more. So let's do one that is more realistic. Let's now do 100 million. Let's do 100 million, and that will be 500x. So you would do a 500x from right now, and let's say you invested another that same $500. So you turn your $500 into 250,000. If you would put it right now in here, and we hit 100 million in market cap during the bull run. So I see you get the picture, and let's push it to see how much it would be if we hit $1 billion during the bull run, $1 billion. So this would be a 5,000x. So let's add another zero. Let's say $1 billion. Okay, divided by 200, this will be 5,000x. And then if we multiply by investment, so it will get you to 2.5 million. And this is just by putting down a $500 at this market cap. So this is just to really give you an idea, just to an estimation of the potential it is, and why we always stress on the importance of getting in early and also getting involved with low market caps right before the bull run really starts taking off. This is key. This is very important. And another thing that I also want to highlight is these projects that went all out and hit billions of market cap that we were involved with last bull run, that are still in the top 20 right now. And one of them is right here. They didn't have a banning mechanism. That still is the biggest issues. They were not banning on their way up. They didn't have a 1% tax that is actually removing tokens on their way up all the way, and causing deflation and causing the token to be even more valuable. And this is where Survivor is different. With Survivor, there is a 1% tax. And this tax goes towards a ban wallet. This ban wallet has been blacklisted, meaning that no one has access to it. So it's a ban wallet. And because we placed 100% of the tokens of the total supply in the liquidity pool, the only thing that is happening now with all these trades, and as we will be experiencing this volume, this liquidity coming in, and experiencing this rush, all our way up will be burning tokens. So this will help with the market cap even more, because it will cause the supply to be less and less as the demand still keeps increasing. And this always causes the market cap to shoot up even more, which also affects the price of the token, of course, as well. We did this intentionally because we noticed that in the last bull run, people didn't really take full advantage of it by having mechanisms or the right tokenomics in place that will really help take full advantage of the volume that these tokens were actually experiencing and having. So as far as Survivor is concerned, because it has a burning and deflationary mechanism, and 100% of the tokens were already placed in the liquidity pool, this helps the token tremendously as far as market cap is concerned. It will shoot up the market cap, and it will also shoot up the price simultaneously, because price and market cap go hand in hand. So this is one thing that we did differently from the tokens that did so well in the last bull run. None of them had a built-in mechanism really that was burning tokens all on the way up, and this was the issue. Those who had burning mechanisms did extremely well, and that's why they shot up even more. So that's just a highlight I would like to point out, and to just show you how great the burning mechanism works. If you look at the second wallet here, this is the burning wallet right now, and over 5.7% of the total supply already has been burned and locked up in this wallet. And this is while we are still in a bear market. This is why we haven't even experienced any steady and consistent volume. So this just shows you and gives you an idea of how much potential this low market cap tokens still have. Because for one, it still has a low market cap. It's right below 200. Secondly, it is deflationary. It's burning tokens. Already, it's the second largest wallet right now. That is a burn wallet. And these are great indicators. Thirdly, the community is just impressive. The Survivor community is very engaged, very lively. They have an amazing and very active Telegram group, WhatsApp group. They're also hosting Google Meets or Zooms to educate the community on how to open wallets, how to transfer your ETH to from exchange to the wallets, how to swap, etc., etc. So these are the futures that you need to be. These are how you identify great communities and great tokens, is because the community behind it is great, it's active, it's vibrant, it's engaged, and that's very important going into this bull run. Many people are about to enter the space and they will want to have a home, and this token has great fundamentals, and it has a great tokenomics with it as well. It's deflationary. All the tokens are put in the liquidity pool. The contract has been renounced as well, and it's been the liquidity is locked for 100 years. These are security futures that bring a lot of trust and security to the community. And when people are looking for what to get involved with, especially these low market cap tokens, these are the things they'll want to look at. First, they'll want to look at how long is the liquidity locked? What's the current market cap? What does the community look like? Let me join the Telegram group. Let me see the Twitter account. How engaged are they? And we are so engaged as an ecosystem anyway. We have these 3 weekly events. And the Bullrun Women group also, they have their own events during the week as well, on top of the Google Meets, the Zooms that they have, and the live assistance if with any questions for these newcomers, because we've been growing steadily as a community, as an ecosystem. We have many new holders that have never been in the crypto space before. They're fairly new. and they have to learn everything from scratch. The learning curve is still high, and many of our community members are going above and beyond, taking their time to really explain and teach on basic things, on how to open wallets, on how to load up your ETH, how to transfer, how to swap, just simple things like that that take a lot of time, a lot of patience out of their day, and they do that voluntarily. So this is our community that is all about educating, that takes the time and values the holders and wants to assist them and help them and get them prepared and ready for what's about to come. I can't stress this enough. This bull run will be one of its kind, and it will go down in history as the largest bull run we ever experienced, because this is now an entire industry shift now. We are shifting from the old traditional way of doing things into really, we are entering into a digital era right now, where everything will be done on the blockchain. And this is a time where we really need to be educated and understand, because we need to play our cards right. If we do things right this time, we'll really benefit a lot from it. And this is why we really encourage you to participate in these and be part of these community events, because these are the things that we really point out and highlight what to look for. We just showed you how, we just did a short calculation, and you saw how low market caps really affect heavily and help heavily to really get the most out of your investment, because it doesn't take much for it to get to 10, 100, or even a billion during the bull market, because it has such a low market cap. But it takes much more volume and liquidity for you to move from 10 million or 100 million to move even further. It takes much more. So the earlier you're in a vibrant community and you're part of a low market cap like this, it gives you a better chance to maximize whatever you put in. So with that said, I also want to answer how the question on staking. Why is staking so important, and how does our staking actually work? Staking works with Bullrun. We have Bullrun is our main token, as we know, and we offer staking here. And for us to have a steady staking distributions, we opted that it's tied to the volume. So the more trades are happening within the ecosystem, the more distributions that you get. And usually the way staking works is that you have a staking distributions between 30 to 90 days, and that they give you the native tokens, and then you can stake that way. Another option also is there are just inflationary tokens, and we looked at those. Those are the blue chip tokens, cryptocurrencies. We looked at these, and DeFi Llama. We looked at the top 10 of these tokens, starting from Lido, Maker, Aave, Uniswap, and so on and so forth. And we demonstrated and we looked at them here. And we saw, for example, we went through Curve, for example. And if we zoom out, you see how this is a chart. This is a blue chip project. This is the most staked platform in the space right now. So, and you see that it's down almost 99% from its all-time high. And this is a blue chip project. It's in the top 10 actually, based on DeFi Llama. It's the most used app, and it's on different blockchains. But if you look at the chart, it looks like a rug pull. It looks like a horrible project. This is due to its inflationary aspect. People who are staking Curve, they get even more Curve. And when you stake your Curve, you have to lock them up for a long time, and you get even more Curve. So because there's too many Curves going on, being distributed, this is why, of course, the price just keeps dropping more and more. And if you look at the current volume, this project has a volume of 89 million just in 24 hours alone. 89 million in volume. So let's just use this opportunity, for example, and do the math. Before we do that, let's look at another project, one that is you're more familiar with, Uniswap. Uniswap has the best use case right now as far as exchange. It's the largest and the first exchange, decentralized exchange on Ethereum right now. And it's the most used, actually. It has a daily volume of 132 million right now. It's very impressive. Its use case is amazing. It's down 86% since its all-time high, since the last bull run. It's down 86%. And like I said, it has a volume of 132 million. And the sad thing about these blue chip tokens, they have great use cases. Let's look at one more. Let's look at Aave. Aave is a lending platform, amazing use case, another blue chip project. Aave has a volume of 126 million in one day, in 1 day, 24 hours. And if you look at the chart, it's also just very inflationary, because they're issuing their own tokens. So those who are staking get their own native tokens back. And if we look at the price from all-time high, it's down 85%. This is due to its inflationary nature, despite having 128 million in volume. Why am I always stressing on the volume? Is because they have such high volume, but the token doesn't do anything with it. So let's discuss how our staking work and in how our ecosystem work. These blue chip tokens, they don't take advantage of the volume that they're getting. They have high volume, but the token is just what gets more and more worthless over time because it's too inflationary. Now, if we would take, let's just take even just 1% of this 127,000, this puts us at 1 million in volume. 1 million in volume. So if we would even take 1 million in volume, and let's look at our ecosystem, how would that work? To make it clearer, let's look at the tokenomics here. If we would take 1 million in volume, what would that do to us as a community? Let's do some math together. If we take 1 million, let's calculate how much bull run we would be banning, for example. So with 1 million, 1%. So 10,000. So 10,000 would go towards banning. So $10,000 worth of banning would go towards banning. 10,000 worth of bull run tokens would go to banning, and they will be destroyed forever, for example. And same thing with Survivor. Survivor has a 1% ban. So if Survivor had a 1 million, just 1 million, just 1% of the 100 million that the other competitors have, it would take 10,000 worth of that and ban it forever, and add it to this wallet here that will be destroyed forever. This is deflationary and will cause the price to increase, the market cap to increase, and this is a positive effect for the token and for us, the community. And if it's on bull run, 10,000 will go towards banning. 10,000 will go towards distributions in USDC. And keep in mind, this is on a daily basis. So every day, 10,000 worth of USDC will be available to you that are staking. So if you're staking Bullrun tokens, you will participate from that USDC pool, and you'll be receiving these USDC distributions on a daily basis. And every day, if we had 1 million in volume, there will be 10,000 worth of USDC available for you, the community, to just get. So I want you to understand how this works. So, and these distributions, as long as there's volume coming in, they'll be forever. It won't have a deadline. It won't have a limit. it will just go on and on into perpetuity, like forever. And this is something that we wanted to add into our ecosystem, because we understand that adaptation is about to come. And once people really get used to the blockchain technology and understand that it's not going anywhere, the whole idea of this blockchain technology was to have an alternative financial instrument, financial vehicle, a financial system than the one that we have in a traditional way. The traditional system, that monetary system that we have right now, is inflationary. Your purchasing power decreases over time. And since 1971, since the gold standard, the dollar went off the gold standard, the dollar lost 50% of its purchasing power just between the 50 years alone. So this is just to show you that we need an alternative financial system. And we have the opportunity to do that with this new digital ledger technology. We have the opportunity to reinvent and make a much better and more efficient financial system that is in the best interest of the community. Now, with that said, keep in mind that with every trade, there is more happening. Liquidity is being accumulated. So if 10,000 goes towards burning and staking, 3% goes towards liquidity. So that means 30,000, 3 times the 10, that's 30,000. So 30,000 of liquidity is being added on a daily basis, is being added to the liquidity pool. Now, what does this do? It brings stability to the token price. The price is not as volatile, so it will take much more for the price to move. And this is a good thing, because it causes people to be more relaxed, and not to one price is just too volatile from one day to the next. And the more liquidity there is in the liquidity pool, the more trust that the community has, and the better for us as well. And the way we built this ecosystem, these mechanisms, is to achieve a high liquidity to market cap ratio, because this gives the Bullrun token intrinsic value. Intrinsic value basically just means that there can be a bank run on this token. Many people at once can want to sell the token, and there'll always be enough liquidity for all of them to exit. There are no losers. This is why we implement the burning tokens from the total supply and the liquidity retention as well. So these two go hand in hand. And those who are staking are actually removing tokens from the circulating supply also, meaning that the remaining supply on Uniswap experiences a price squeeze, meaning that the price is heavily impacted on a positive side, because the demand is high, the supply is low, and this has a positive effect on the price. So as long as volume is coming in, and we are removing 1% of the total supply from the initial supply, which was 1 million, what does this do? It causes the token to be scarcer and scarcer, meaning that the remaining tokens become more and more valuable. We started with 1 million tokens. Now we are down to 974,000. There is no other asset out here that hit even just 10 million in market cap that has this engine, that has this mechanism. So imagine our ecosystem being the first one to hit 100 million, 1 billion, and has steady volume coming in on a daily basis, and is this scarce. This is even what makes Bitcoin so unique, is because it has a limited supply. And even though it's inflationary, the inflation is being cut in half every 4 years. This is what the Bitcoin halving is all about. But it's still, in essence, it's still inflationary until it hits that plateau of 21 million. But once it hits that 21 million, the supply will always remain the same, the total supply. what's the difference with Bitcoin? I mean, with Bullrun is that the supply shrinks. We started with 1 million, now we're at 974. So this supply keeps shrinking and it keeps dropping, meaning that those who are staking or those who are holding BRL, the remaining tokens become more and more valuable. And this is a very unique future that we have that a lot of people still don't understand. And also, same aspect here. Our largest number one wallet is our staking platform, and 56% of the total supply is being staked. This is a great thing because these tokens are locked away and are not being sold anytime soon. This combined with burning supplies like you see here, which keeps decreasing, is a great deflationary engine and a great deflationary mechanism. So this is very important. Now, let's show you how we incentivize stakers. I'd like to show you the staking platform. If we go to the staking platform, why is staking so important? What we do is, first of all, our staking platform, we don't charge any fees. There is no staking or unstaking fee. And this is very unique because usually staking platforms charge fees. You get charged some percentage, between 2 to 5% for staking or unstaking. But we don't do that. It's free. And there's also no lock time. There's no lock period. You can unstake anytime you want. You can stake and unstake the same day if you want to. So if you stake your tokens, and this all, like we said, it's based on the volume. You need to have, as long as we have volume, you'll be receiving these USDC distributions. Now, once you stake your tokens, this is the staking platform. You'll see the amount that you have here. Of course, it says 0 because this is a fake account. I just opened this to demonstrate, to show you how you would stake. So if you connect your wallet and come to staking, you'll see the amount of BRL tokens you have, and then you'll be able to hit max or the amount you want to stake. Once you do that, you just hit stake, and then you go through a transaction. And once you go through that transaction, you pay the transaction fee, and then that's it. Your tokens will be staked, and you'll start accumulating USDC. Right now, it says 0 because there is no volume. There is no volume right now, so there is not much USDC in the pool. And let me show you actually that address. I'd like to show you that address. We have this is it right here. This is our staking contract. So you see it says contract. This is the staking contract. This is the number one. This is this right here. This is the number one wallet. So if you look at it, you'll see how much USDC there is. Like right now, there's only 132. At its peak, we used to have way more. So during the bull run, we will be accumulating USDC on our way up as we go through all these ups. You see all this rush. We'll be accumulating USDC rewards for those who are staking. On our way up, we'll be burning tokens and become even more deflationary, both on the survivor, on the killer whale, and of course the bull run as well. And on our way up also, we'll be retaining liquidity as well. This is what many projects in the last bull run did not do, because most of them had zero taxes. They were not accumulating any tokens for their as distributions. They were not taking advantage of the high volume they had. And this is the difference with us. Volume means scarcity, liquidity, and distributions in the form of USDC. We take advantage of volume. And this is something that these so-called blue chip institutions, they don't do that. They have great use cases such as Aave, Uniswap, Curve, Maker, Lido. However, their tokenomics is extremely weak, and the chart looks like a rug pull because they don't use, they're inflationary. So that the token price keeps inflating, keeps decreasing because they're issuing too much of their own tokens. In addition, despite the high volume, they're not accumulating anything. They're not using or taking advantage of the volume, the high volume they have. We made an example with just 1% of this volume that they would have. If we would have 10% of this volume, 10 million, let's do that math. What would happen if we had 10% of that volume? Let's do the math now with 10 million then. What would happen then? So if we had 10 million in volume on a daily basis, and we calculate that by, so that means now 100,000. So with 10 million in daily volume, 100,000 would go towards USDC. So we'll have 100,000 worth of USDC staking distributions. So those who are staking will have every day 100,000 USDC to stake as staking rewards, as staking distributions. This is once we hit 10 million in volume on a daily basis. This is a lot, community. And this is exactly this is what you call passive income. This is something you just get because you're staking your tokens. And while you're staking your tokens, this BRL token becomes even more scarce because it's being banned also, because 100,000 worth of BRL tokens will be also banned on a daily basis. Now, the most interesting part of this is 300,000, because it's 3% that goes towards liquidity pool. So 300,000 worth of USDC, of US dollar, will go towards liquidity. So you picture that. Imagine how much liquidity is going to be retained here. All that while we are banning 100,000 worth and issuing 100,000 worth of USDC to stakers. So those who are receiving this USDC, obviously they're not going to unstake. They're going to keep staking because they're earning USDC on a daily basis, 100,000 worth of on a daily basis. And while the traders are still trading, more Bullrun is being banned. So this number keeps going down, meaning that the remaining tokens are becoming more and more valuable. At the same time, as more and more people are staking their tokens, this percentage keeps growing because more people are staking. They want to be part of the USDC distributions. You see how all this plays together. It makes the token scarcer, it builds deeper liquidity, and it also removes tokens from the total supply. So all these three things working together makes Bullrun a store of value, and causes those who are receiving distributions, USDC distributions, not even to want to sell because they're receiving 100,000 worth of USDC on a daily basis that they can participate in receiving because they're staking. So these are just the examples, community, for you to just see the potential of this ecosystem and how we built this engine to really be effective and be beneficial for the community, because you are holding something that is scarcer and gets scarcer and scarcer with every trade, that gives back to the community in forms of USDC distributions, that is stable. We are paired with a stable coin USDC, and we are also banning tokens and retaining liquidity. This will help us from all this. All this coming down, we will avoid it because we are paired with stablecoin. We are issuing our stablecoin as distributions. We are banning tokens. We are retaining liquidity. So our charge, having just 10% of this volume, will be the opposite. It will be heading up because we are taking advantage of the volume that we have. And this is what makes our ecosystem different. This is what sets our ecosystem apart. If we go back to staking, I just showed you how you stake your Bullrun tokens, and immediately you'll start accumulating the USDC distributions. You'll be able to come here and claim your distributions. So you can come here and hit claim button. You'll have to go through a transaction. You'll pay gas fees, Ethereum gas fees, and then you'll claim your USDC. That's as simple as it gets, very simple. If you're ready to unstake, you come here, you press the minus sign, you'll see the unstake. And then you do the opposite. You can put how much you want to unstake, or you can just hit max, all of it will come out, and then you hit unstake. That's how you'll unstake and remove your BRL tokens. And if you want to sell them, you can sell them. And if you notice, there's another tab here. This is for the NFTs, like we discussed. We have these NFTs that I showed you, these booster NFTs. You can stake 5 of them at a time. And you can purchase them also right here on the page. A maximum of 5 is what you can stake, and you can purchase them right here. And once you stake these, you'll receive 100% of your USDC distributions. If you only stake your BRL tokens, you only receive 70% of your USDC distributions. So we incentivize community members to purchase the boosters, because this is a part of revenue that we generate to add onto the liquidity. So those who purchase these NFTs will have a larger share of the distributions, the USDC distributions. And all the revenue generated from the sale of these NFTs, and they're unlimited, meaning we have an unlimited source of revenue, our ecosystem does. And we use this to add onto our liquidity pool. So, and also another source of revenue is we have a 10% reserve that we are staking. So as we are having these high volumes on a daily basis, we are also generating more USDC through our staked reserve. And the USDC from there will be also used to add onto the liquidity. So you see that we have 3 different ways to retain liquidity or to generate liquidity, and to ensure that we will achieve the 100% liquidity to market cap ratio. Currently, the only cryptocurrencies that have 100% liquidity to market cap ratio are stablecoins. Stablecoins must have, that's why they're called stablecoins. They must retain a certain liquidity amount. And the other cryptocurrencies are not even anywhere near. We already did the math for Bitcoin. We saw what Bitcoin's liquidity to market cap ratio is. And I'll be happy to point it out again for those who are new and don't know about it. If we would calculate liquidity to market cap ratio of Bitcoin, the way you calculate that is by taking the current liquidity, which is 931 million, and if we divide that by its current market cap, which is 847 billion, and then we multiply that by 100. Let's do it again. 932.59 divided by 847. Exactly. And now multiply by 100. So 0.11. We get a 0.11%. The closer it is to 0, the worse it is. The closer it is to 100, the better it is, as we know. So as our platform is working towards 100, our largest cryptocurrency has a 0.11%. This is horrible, but this is a well-known issue. As I showed you, Bitcoin is lacking liquidity. It's going through a liquidity crisis. It's a well-known issue, but the mainstream is not talking about it at all. This is why it's really sad how right now mainstream is talking about you're losing out, go get yourself Bitcoin. make sure you get yourself, and it's being hyped and the price is really doing well. It's going up. But the more it's going up, the less liquidity, the lower the liquidity to market cap ratio is. So there are a lot of Bitcoin billionaires and those who have 100 million and above. However, it's very difficult for them to exit if they wanted to. And the reason why, even though this large ETFs are about to come into the space, and this money is not going to go into Bitcoin liquidity, because all they'll do is they'll use over the counter. They'll be buying Bitcoin outside of the exchanges, and they've been buying it since 2022, since the bear market. They've been purchasing Bitcoin very, very cheap. So people anticipating these large institutions to start purchasing, they'll be disappointed, because none of these, BlackRock will not want to be the exit liquidity for these 6 individuals here who got in early into Bitcoin. It's not going to happen. They're not going to be the exit liquidity. So they're not going to use exchanges and to add liquidity in here for anybody. So this will be a constant issue. It will be a constant problem. And this is something that is plaguing the industry and is dangerous for Bitcoin holders, because they don't have enough liquidity. That's just a fact to exit. And this is why we focused our ecosystem using 3 different options, 3 different ways to retain liquidity as much as possible. And the way we develop this ecosystem, it will retain and it will achieve 100% liquidity to market cap ratio, just like the stable coins are supposed to have. And we'll have no competition whatsoever. I'm sure you're interested on understanding, so what's the current one? Yes, we are aiming to have a 100%, but what's the liquidity to market cap ratio now? Let's calculate and see. Currently, we are sitting at a 66.5% liquidity to market cap ratio. What does this mean? This means that currently, if there is a bank run on Bullrun, 66.5% of individuals will be able to really cash out. And this is coming out of a bear market and months without steady volume. So, and without banning tokens. So this just shows you the potential of what we have right now. And this is another low cap that is right below 300,000 in market cap. So this is just to show you that we have a mechanism, we have an engine in place that takes advantage of all this volume that we are about to experience. We just showed you how the top 10 asset managers alone are coming in with 43 trillion in market cap. And these will go towards the tokenized assets, tokenized stocks. The stocks will be, the entire stock market will be tokenized. That's where the liquidity is coming from and will go towards. And this will help the industry to be moving, because we are lacking liquidity in the industry. So once all that comes in, it will help the market to prosper, and it will bring liquidity into the market. And people want to put their funds investment somewhere else, because keep in mind, these are large institutions. There's not much room for growth. So even if they come on the blockchain, these are institutions that have $trillion in market caps. So there is not much room for growth. So once these individuals, these tokens are tokenized and on the blockchain, they'll want to rearrange their portfolio or diversify their portfolio in other low market cap cryptocurrencies or tokens. And this is how their gains that they'll be making, they'll be looking elsewhere, especially low market caps with great communities and great fundamentals and that's how these funds will trickle down to other cryptocurrencies, and that's exactly how the system is meant to be. So those that are waiting that these individuals, these large asset managers, are just going to take the billions of dollars and just add liquidity into Bitcoin, I hate to disappoint them, because no billionaire is going to put the $1 billion in here and there's zero liquidity. There's exactly the same liquidity, because this means they won't be able to take it out. So this is a reality that mainstream is not talking about right now, but this is a reality that is plaguing the industry, and it's important for us to understand. So we showed you what the market is like. We showed you how massive this bull run is about to become, way bigger than the last one, because these large institutions are about to enter the space. There's a lot of liquidity that's about to come. The entire stock market, commodities market, forex, foreign exchange markets is about to come on the blockchain. Payment processors such as Visa, MasterCard, banking transfers industry such as Swift is about to come on chain as well. And major industries such as artificial intelligence, logistics is about to come into place, agriculture. All entire industries are about to come on chain, and with them, a lot of liquidity. And also, right now, the Feds have decided not to raise interest anymore, and this is a great sign, because now that means that after the elections, all of the politicians that want to keep their positions. The only way you can keep your position is by having being responsible for a vibrant economy. So what usually happens, and this is beautifully planned, is that they'll do everything to align and to ensure that the market is back up and running in a positive way. And the reason why I was talking about how it's important that these stable coins will be playing a major role in the cryptocurrency economy is because they are required by regulators to have reserves backed by US debt. So the US governments will be happy to issue, to clarify, and to give these stablecoin issuers clear guidelines and regulations so that they can purchase the US Treasury bills and US debts, so that this in turn will give the US the ability to raise the debt ceiling and to stop printing money. This is a perfect storm, community, for us. Everything is falling in place, everything is being lined up according to how it should be. And this is developing to become the largest bull run yet. We want you to be prepared. We want you to be informed, educated, and inspired, and to be prepared and make the right choices. This is the time to accumulate. This is a time to prepare and to hold as we are approaching this cycle. Liquidity is already starting to get into the markets. And how do you see that? If you look at the stable coins, right now there's an all-time high in 2023. Tether just hit 90 billion, and even USDC is now at 24 billion. So if you look at the stable coins and you see how they keep increasing, this means that more people are getting involved, are getting into the crypto space, because the first cryptocurrency they buy is always the stable coins, and then they swap the stable coins for whatever other currencies they want, digital currencies. So the best indicators of liquidity getting into the space is looking at stable coins, and they will play a major role. So everything is falling in place, falling in line how it should be, community. And I always want to encourage you with that we're in a good space. And I want us to always understand that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity that we have to be able to be part of this digital ledger technology early on, before these large players and large institutions get into the space. And again, to summarize, low market caps are the ones that really give you more room for your growth, more room for investment. So pay attention to that. and also be part of a vibrant community that is active, that is involved, that cares for the community, teaches them, educates them, inspires them consistently on a weekly basis. Those are key things, those are key items to consider and to look at. And you need to really be aware of that. You need to be informed about that. Also, what I said I will do, let me do that right now. Just briefly, I'd like to show you you see how let me prepare it first. I'd like to show you the ledger, how ledger works. How you can connect your ledger to MetaMask. Just briefly. Okay, let me share my screen now. Okay, so the way you connect your ledger, first of all, ledgers are very, ledgers look like this. For those who are not aware, it looks like a USB stick. The reason why I'm showing you this is because it's one thing to make gains in crypto and to gain to be wealthy in crypto, but it's another thing to secure your assets as well. Of course, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, they're great as long as you really avoid certain, clicking on random links or being like interacting with random tokens that are being sent to your tokens. As long as you're not trying to sell them, or you're really careful about your seed phrases, you don't share them with anyone. Of course, it's great, but if you want to go the next step and be even more secured, you need to get yourself a cold wallet. There's one called Trezor, and then there's called Ledger, and this is the ledger that I personally have been using for since the very beginning. Nobody, even if your wallet gets hacked, no one can take your money out of your wallet, because you would have to physically log in to this device, key in your password, and sign off the transaction. And as long as that's not the case, no one can literally take your tokens out of your wallet. This is what makes this Ledger wallet so special. And it gives you that extra security layer that no one can just hack into your wallet and just go run away with it. That's the case with these so-called hot wallets, which are like your MetaMasks, your Trust wallet, your Coinbase wallet, etc. So using the interface of Uniswap, using the interface of MetaMask, you can add, you see how it says add hardware wallet. So you can come to MetaMask, and once you have opened your MetaMask, you can come here and hit add a hardware wallet, okay? And once you've connected your ledger, you have to connect it to your PC, and then you key in your password. And once it's unlocked the way it is now, you just hit on ledger, and then you hit continue. Once you hit continue, I won't do it, because if I do it, you'll see all my ledger accounts. But this is all you do. You hit ledger, you hit continue, and then you can start opening new wallets like that. You can just see different wallets that you can just pick and open. And it's very, very easy that way. It's as simple as that. And this is how you connect it to your, this is how you connect your wallet, your MetaMask to your ledger. Actually, it's as simple as that. You just go to connect hard wallet, like I showed you, and then you come to ledger. You see there are other brands as well. There are Trezor as well and Lattice, but I mainly use ledger. And then once you do that, you just hit continue, and then you'll see a list of different wallets. You can just click on one of them or a bunch of them, hit connect, and then they'll open. That's how you open wallets. It's very straightforward, very, very easy. And like I said, if you want that extra layer of security, yes, they are costly, between 140 to 150 US dollars. And I encourage you to order them from the manufacturers themselves. So from the website itself. And I'll be happy to share this with you here. Let me put this in the chat. This is the website for those that will be interested to get one. I really encourage you. I would encourage you to get one if you need one. But other than that, you need to always be vigilant. Be careful of how you interact with links. Don't click on random links. Don't share your seed phrases. And don't interact with random tokens that just appear in your wallet that you never purchased. Don't try to transfer them or sell them. And if you can avoid those things, you're really in good shape. So just be super vigilant with those security features and you'll be fine. But if you want to go an extra step and you have a significant amount in your wallet that you can't afford to lose, I would encourage you to do that small investment and get yourself a cold wallet. Absolutely, I would encourage you to do that. So, community, that's what I wanted to share with you today in this stream today. And I hope this is of help and this was informational to you. Let me stop sharing this. I hope this was informational to you today. For me, it was very important for us today to really just highlight the importance of low market caps tokens, how staking plays a major role, how deflationary our tokens are, how Survivor is tokenomics of Survivor and Killer Whale, they are the same. 100% of the tokens were placed in the liquidity pool, and it is extremely deflationary, meaning that 1% of every trade goes to a dead wallet, and it's the second largest wallet already, accumulated a lot of Survivor tokens, which makes the token's price become valuable over time, and the more traded the more it's being traded. I also wanted to show you how the staking works and how rewarding it is, especially once we have steady volume coming in. We did comparisons with competitors that have hundreds of millions in volume on a daily basis. We did math on 1 million and then on 10 million on how, just to demonstrate or have an idea of what our ecosystem would do with such volume. And it would be so much more effective in burning tokens, in retaining liquidity, a lot of it, and giving back to the community in the form of USDC distributions. We looked at 10 million in volume. That's 100,000 in staking distributions. That's 100,000 in banned BRL tokens forever, and that's 300,000 that would go towards liquidity. So you can imagine that's on a daily basis. Doing that for 3 months, for a full year, for 2 years, will easily give us 1-to-1 liquidity to market cap ratio. And like I said, only stable coins achieve that. There's no other competition out there. Even right now with the 66.5% liquidity to market cap ratio, we already leaders. We already are on top of as far as liquidity to market cap ratio in the industry is concerned. And even with our 56% staked tokens, we're not at the top. So it can only get better. That number will only increase even more. So we'll be able to achieve a lot of numbers that have not been achieved in the crypto space based on our mechanism and our platform. And those numbers will help in pushing the price and the market cap of our token, and we all will be able to benefit from this. And we did all this in powered by volume. So volume, our platform is fueled by volume, and volume causes this token to be more and more scarce. It generates more distributions, USDC distributions for the stakers, and especially it retains liquidity to bring stability into the space. And also for those who want to exit their positions, they'll have enough cash to withdraw whenever they feel like it. This was it for today, community. As always, I like to swing back and come back to you and see how whether you have any questions or you have any feedbacks, things that we want to clarify. This is the setting for it. This is why we do this weekly events. It's for you, community. And so let me come back to you. Let me read the comments and see what you have, or whether you have any questions that we can break down and discuss. Let me see. Okay, Theo, this is a masterclass. As always, my great brother Steve, thank you for providing this great information and for breaking things down so it is easily digestible. Thanks again for everything. It's a pleasure. The aim is always that we have a takeaway. We can take away from today's session, and those points were just points that were being asked within the community, and it was important to just bring some clarity on those points so that we are on the same page and we understand how staking works, how deflationary our platform really is, what's plaguing, what are the challenges within the industry, and what are the opportunities and how are we addressing those opportunities. Sharon, Bullrun.Life, School of Crypto, inspired, empowered, informed, grateful. That's amazing. It's always great to see if you are informed, you get informed. That's the whole idea. I was one of those that were here during the last bull run, this demo, last bull run period, and I remember cycle gas fees as high as 600 per transaction. So now would be a great time to take advantage of the low gas fees. Absolutely. Gas fees during the bull run are extremely high because Ethereum is not built to be having so many transactions at the same time. So yes, the gas fees can be really crazy during the bull run. Brother Paul, thank you. Information, knowledge is power. Absolutely. Thank you too. Always great to see you participating here. What else do we have? Queen Sally, never knew will be this enriched in crypto at no cost. Thank you, Mr. Steve. Bless you. Feel so much warmth in this family. It's a pleasure. I believe knowledge should be free, especially during the community. Within the community, it's very important that we're all on the same page. And yes, the more information you have, the more confident you become, the more empowered you feel. And of course, knowledge is power. So I'm glad that you're taking advantage of it. It's a pleasure having you in the community. Queen Hope, let's go, family. This is home. Survivor to the moon. Knowledge is power. Absolutely. Knowledge is key, and we really stress on that. We really want to educate the community. It's very important. The more educated we are as a community, the more confident we become in what we have, and the more we appreciate what we have as well, and the more smart decisions we'll make. Queen Patricia, thank you, Steve. Please advise if the ledger security work with Trust Wallet as well. Thank you, Steve. Right now, the ledger works with MetaMask. See, the difference between MetaMask and Trust Wallet is that currently, Trust Wallet is built for was primarily built for the Binance blockchain, but it also opened doors for Uniswap, for Ethereum users as well. However, MetaMask is really universal. MetaMask is more compatible with the ledger. So you can use the MetaMask interface to connect directly to ledger. So you can use the two interchangeably. You can connect your ledger easily with MetaMask, and it will seem like you're using MetaMask, but you have the security of the ledger in the background. So to answer your question, it is really more compatible with MetaMask and not with your Trust Wallet. Unfortunately, it runs with MetaMask and not with Trust Wallet. But it will be really easy to open MetaMask, or to transfer your existing Trust Wallet to MetaMask and then use your ledger on top of it. It's much more compatible using the MetaMask and not your Trust Wallet. And if you have more questions in this regard, I'll be happy to send you more videos or talk in more details about it. But MetaMask is just more compatible with the ledger right now. And then thanks, Steve. So educative. Thank you too for all of you for participating. Queen Hope, Queen Patricia, the entire Bullrun Women team. I see you coming here in great numbers. The gentlemen, of course, as well. Thank you for showing up and being engaged and proactive. I really appreciate every one of you for being for participating today. You are all very, very much appreciated. And I hope this session was educational to you, and it was of great value to you as well. And I'm looking forward to our next session, which will be on Saturday on our Telegram group, VC. So always looking forward to those, and really excited about those as well. Again, I want to thank every one of you that was able to make it today in the live. It was very engaging. Thank you for participating and being engaged. It's a pleasure. It was a pleasure having this session with you. With that said, I want to wish all of you a wonderful rest of your week, and looking forward to see you again on Saturday. If you have any questions, bring them along with you. Other than that, just looking forward to a dialogue as a community event again. With that said, have a wonderful rest of your week, and thank you for participating today again. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for showing up today.